Hey guys, it's Kelly. Welcome back to the channel of Chill, Relax, Plant Content, where we talk about our plants and we just try to learn the best way to grow them so they grow how we want them to grow. So, I'm outside and I've just been enjoying the plants that have been growing. I've been posting on Instagram a lot, probably daily or at least weekly, because a lot of the plants or seeds that I planted, it was a bug. A lot of the seeds that I planted direct sow are finally starting to bloom. A lot of them were those boxes of mixed seeds from Dollar Tree. Those guys are growing and and blooming, and it's really pretty, and I'm going to take you around. Some things that I originally had set up I switched out, and I guess I'll talk about that when I get there, but I think we're going to start in the front yard and work our way back. Alrighty. Alright guys, so we're starting off in the front corner of my house. You're gonna hear cars because I'm in the front yard, but I have a hosta blooming. Cute little light purple. Oh, they smell nice and floral. I could smell them from here. I mean, as far as I know, there's no other new blooms, but we got this guy. This guy, I think it's the type of daylily or a tiger lily. Not sure, but he's starting to put out blooms. I feel like he's yellow. I think he's yellow. I do have these, I believe these are impatiens, right? Yeah, these are impatiens, I believe. And we're just gonna walk. I like to mix up all my different hostas. I don't know, I like things to be different, look different, but I also like some type of pattern, but we don't always get that. So we have some more blooms, another light purple, whitish lavender color, and you can definitely smell them. You get close, you can smell them. I got some tiger lilies. My brother-in-law, his mother was cleaning up her yard and had some extra, and so he came over and he planted a couple, and they're actually all blooming. It's really nice. Some more hostas. They're about to bloom. They're putting out their buds. Have another tiger lily. Some more impatiens. I really like the impatiens, the petunias, and the pansies. They bloom for a long time. So these guys look like they're going to come in more of a darker purple. Hope you can see that. The sun is bright. It's nice out. So yeah. So this is my front yard area. This guy's growing. I think he's also getting a little chewed up on by something, a deer or something. Got some more little impatiens. Yeah, so I'm assuming in the next week or two, these guys are all going to be blooming. It would be really cool if the tiger lily blooms lasted long enough for these guys to start blooming. I think it'd look really pretty. But yeah, and then this plant, I have no idea what it is, but I feel like it should be some type of tiger lily, right? It just hasn't put out a bloom stalk yet. You hear the car. I have this little flower plant thing. I'm touching a spider web. It's okay. That's back there. And I don't know what it's called, but it puts up these cute little purple flowers. And it looks like it's going to put out a bunch. These are the columbine plants. These guys have all bloomed and lost their blooms. So I'm assuming they're going to put out seed pods soon. And I just leave them, let the wind and animals take them. But yeah, we got some daylilies. Right now, my little rose bushes. So we still have some of these little purple flowers with this grass guy. I don't know what they're called. We have some lilies that haven't bloomed yet. This is one of the new rose bushes I put in here. This is the huge weed that I've let grow. I'm eventually going to cut it, but I want to see if it flowers. I want to see what that flower would look like. And this plant, it's not a lupine. Maybe you could see it. It was a little reddish type of weird flower. It was very short flowering, but we have some lilies that have bloomed so far. We got some more still waiting. I have to do something with this part because the way I have it set up, I have the hyacinths and tulips that come up early spring, and then nothing happens until summer, and then the lilies come. I mean, the roses here and there will bloom, but they kind of got burnt up. We had a little heat wave and they lost a lot of their leaves, but they're growing back. They always do. I got these really pretty lilies right here. I cut a piece of the sedum that I have on the other side of my stoop and I put it here, and so far we're growing. That's exciting. Over on the other side, this is the sedum that I cut from. She puts out little pinkish peach color flowers. They're very little. They're very cute. I will be posting them on Instagram when it blooms, you know. But yeah. And down there is actually some Tradescantia. They're just cuttings I threw down there because I had too many. And it'd be cool if like that would trail all out and around as like ground cover. I don't know if that will work, but we're gonna try it. I don't think they'll survive the winter here, but we'll see. So yeah, we got this pretty lilies. I'm not sure what this weed is, but it's kind of cute. Puts out little white flowers. So this is something, it hasn't put out a bloom stalk. I don't remember what it was. And then this rose bush, we have one little lavender rose left with some more buds coming, so that's cool. So we're just gonna walk. My lilac bush is done blooming. My rhododendron bush tree is done blooming. My azaleas are done blooming. This guy usually blooms in the late summer. It puts out like white. I think it's a vivarium, something like that. Vivarium plant, I'm not sure. And yeah, that's really it. We got some sedum guys here that were here when I moved here. I put in some azaleas and the sedum kind of grows around it. I like it. I might cut it and put it in my little sedum garden / succulent garden. Okay, next we'll talk about my little back house area. I had irises here, and those do bloom after the tulips, but they're also short-lived, so I don't know. All right, we got a bunch of lilies. We got some yellow, we got some orangey, burgundy. We have some, I believe this is going to be pink, that haven't bloomed yet. We got some that have already bloomed and are getting ready to make seed pods. We got a pretty little white one right here. We got this beautiful red one. Most of these guys are most of them I'm going to say are like 4 feet tall, but then there's some that are like 5 feet, getting a little taller than me, and they haven't bloomed yet, so these are so pretty. We got some right here. They kind of do take over, which I don't mind. See, we got this really tall one right here. But maybe I'll move the stuff around a little bit one of these days. I'll rearrange in here. We got a white one coming up, some more red. We got these really pretty yellow ones up here. We got some more of these like reddish pink ones. So pretty, so pretty. All right, so now my back door. This is just like a mishmash of, we have some zinnias, some petunias, some impatiens, kind of all in here. Just, I don't know, it just is what it is. It's in like this little stand planter. And then these guys, I took out the petunias. They had dried up and they were done for the season. And I put some succulents in here, and I think they look really good. And then on the other side of the door is kind of like the same thing, same setup. We have these guys in this cute little like iron stand. We have some succulents in this thing. It'd be cool once they start growing and really trailing over. I think it's gonna look really good. In this thing right here, you're gonna hear the dogs whine because they want to be out and bark. I originally had put direct sow seeds. They never grew. This guy like is kind of falling off. I taped it. It's fine. I gotta weld it back. But they never grew. I don't know if it's because terracotta, but I put some succulents in here. They're all doing really well, even the one that's like half hanging on. So I think going forward for next year, terracotta I'm gonna put, and anything that like dries out really quickly, I'm gonna put succulents in. And then like my plastic pots, I'll put the flower seeds in and stuff. All right, I guess we'll go this way for now. This is the flamingo. The kids love them. We have just some annual begonias I bought and put in here. The zinnias are finally coming out. This is like a small version of the larger stands. They all match, so I bought all 3. We got these guys. We have one little flower so far that has bloomed in this. Waiting for more. We have my large white roses. I had to tie it to the gutters. I gotta get a trellis for that guy. But this guy's starting to put out buds. I don't know what it is. This is part of the large Tradescantia. I kind of just put it out here. I made all the pots of it I need, so we'll see. I'll probably bring it back inside when it gets cold. I think these might be weeds, but they somehow got in here, and so they're in here. That's what happens when you have birds and birds, the bees, and the squirrels in your flowers. These guys are so pretty. I don't know what they're called, but they come up a whole bunch of different colors. We got blue, purple, pink. So pretty. This is like a mixed box of plants from Dollar Tree. Yeah. So again, some more of those guys. We got like rose bushes here. This guy is working on putting on more buds. This guy put out this really pretty large pink rose. The yellow rose bush is still putting out flowers. plants. The mini rose bushes that I put out here don't have any more buds, but they're like taking off. They're starting to grow. So maybe they won't be mini next year. Yeah, so I'm just gonna keep walking, guys. Just gonna show you everything. My bleeding heart bush, which my boyfriend is constantly knocking into, is doing well despite that. We have these flowers that I don't know the names of, but they're beautiful. I'm pretty sure these are annuals, but look how pretty. Look at how pretty those are. Here we got some just foliage plants growing right now. I don't know what plant this is, but it looks like it's growing. So we have this. Got another one of these beautiful flowers. These are the rose bushes I recently transplanted, so I kind of looks a little sparse. The plants that I put in last year are doing better. They're more full anyway, and they're putting out more blooms. We got some little bees working on the plants over here. This guy, oh, that's a wasp. Okay, well, we're just gonna back away. And I'm wearing a yellow shirt. Stupid. Anyway, I'm not sure what those plants are. They haven't bloomed yet, but just showing you. This is something I started from seed. I didn't mark it. I forget what it's called, but it's doing well so far. Excited to see those flowers. This is my purple rose bush. I don't know what's going on with it. I don't know. Might need help. Just my little hippy dippy flower wall. Alright, so we're just going to walk through this. I think it's called an Adam's needle. This puts out purple and yellow flowers. There's supposed to be a hydrangea here. I don't know if it made it. These two are viburnum. That one looks like it's dead. This one is okay. It's growing. And it's supposed to have white flowers. We have a hydrangea, which I think got ran over by the lawnmower. No, I see some of it's growing back. Alright. This is a lilac bush I planted here last year, doing well. I have this little hydrangea, just doing the most. We got flowers and everything. It's beautiful. And it smells so nice. Also, on the walls I have some pansies, some begonias are in there, and then in here they're a type of kalanchoe. These guys all bloom like a lot. They can, they'll put out blooms, the blooms die off, and then they'll bloom again. So these are like good annuals to have to put up. So we got some more right there. Back down, there's another lilac bush, some more pansies, some more kalanchoe. Sometimes I come around and like pick off the dead blooms, but sometimes I just leave them. We have another, oh, are you? No, see this. Alright guys, right here. At first looks like a ladybug. This is a Japanese beetle, and it will eat your asiatic lilies and a couple of other plants, like to the stalk. This is some type of weed. I don't know what it is, but it seems to be eating that. So I'm going to leave that plant there, and I'm going to leave the beetle there. But right next to it is my hydrangea. I should have marked, or like at least made like a little calendar of like, or like a blueprint of like what I put where and what colors, but I didn't. So we got another lilac bush. The lilac bushes range in color from like white to like lavender to purple to like a dark maroon. This is another little pansy guy coming up. I don't know, he might be done for the season. We got some more kalanchoes. Alright, we're like in the shade, so it's like mosquito haven. Another little hydrangea that definitely did get ran over, but is making a comeback. Yeah, it happens. Pretty begonias. The lilac bush. More little pansies. Maybe they'll come back. Maybe they'll push out more growth. Who knows? And some kalanchoe. The flowers are really pretty on those. But right here we got another. It's supposed to be a hydrangea. I guess right there is it's kind of growing back. This plant. All right. So last year I bought 2 hibiscus trees and I put them in the ground and I was told, oh, they'll come back. And I haven't seen them come back. But this popped up in the same spot as where I planted it. And I can't remember what the leaves look like. So it's either a weed or this is the hibiscus plant coming back, because the other spot that I planted when we get there kind of looks the same. So they might live, man. We got these guys. They're not those like folding plants, but they look kind of like it. It's just a cute plant. I kind of don't really do anything over here. Have like Rose of Sharon, I think is a different type of hibiscus plants that I just kind of let take over. They grow as like kind of narrow trees and they They have really pretty flowers. So this is a hydrangea plant that I think is getting burnt up by the sun. Like, this is one of the leaves. It might come back next year. It might just be in shock. It's all right. It's all right. And then this is one of those like fire stick plants. I have another one on the other side of the yard, but they bloom yellow and red flowers in the early spring, like mid-spring. And then this is the other hibiscus plant that I planted here anyway, and this is what came back so far. Kind of looks the same, right? I don't know. It's either a weed or the hibiscus plant coming back. All right, so real quick down this little line where you see the squiggles, we have a grape plant, a blueberry bush, another blueberry bush, a blackberry bush, a raspberry bush, and a raspberry bush. So this is a really small blueberry bush. It's like right there. The grape plant, which I was shocked came back, is starting to climb up. Nice, nice. Right here, we have my blueberry bush that's making blueberries. Exciting. This is my blackberry bush. These are what the flowers look like. I missed the blueberry flowers, but they're little white flowers. But we got some blackberries, and this plant always takes off, and it's probably gonna fill up this whole area. I have some honeysuckles that are on their way out from their bloom. This is a raspberry bush. We have some raspberries growing. Very exciting. This is, I think it's called tree lilac. It smells like lilacs. The bees love it. I have some more. It's this whole big area. And they drop like these cute little white flowers. Very pretty. And then, all right, the camera overheated. So, I don't know where it cut me off, but over there is a grape plant, blueberry plant, blackberry plant, raspberry bush plant. I don't know. And then there's supposed to be another raspberry bush there, but I'm pretty sure the dogs like destroyed that one. That's where they like to run up to and bark at and or with the neighbor's dog. So that plant got like just ran over. All right, so we're gonna scooch us over to here. So this is my garage, and we have some plants. So this guy I originally filled with a bunch of seeds, like just direct sow. And again, I don't know if it's because it's terracotta. I'm kind of bad at remembering to come out here and water stuff, but things did sprout. Like, they sprouted, but they never like got past the sprout stage. So what I did is all of these top plants, basically, I like scooped out the little sprouts, and I put them in like the backs of like these plants that only had half of plants. I don't know. So kind of fill out that, see what happens. But yeah, so these guys are all just seeds I put in here. I don't know what's what because, you know, these are lupine. I know these plants. Those are lupines. These, I think, are the wildflower random seeds. I'm pretty sure this is a vining flowering plant. That's the same thing that's in my garden bed. Don't know what it's called. Have no idea. And have no idea. But, so what I did was I pulled them all out, and I just put annuals in them for now. I think what I'm going to do for next year is put succulents and sedums in all of my terracotta pots. I think they do really well in there, and yeah, I think it would look better than this kind of. So we have zinnias going along the sides on both sides. They've lost their flowers already. We have some type of trailing succulent. I don't know the name of. I put them right in there. This row are, these two larger pots are begonias. Then all of the smaller pots up here are different types of impatiens. So I'll just give you a quick overview. They are pretty. These guys are like sun patience or something like that. That's what the tag said. I don't know, really. But they're pretty. And they're like a dark green with like a pink stem. Really pretty. It's very bright out here, so I have no idea what you're seeing and what you're not seeing. So yeah, I'm just gonna pan around all of them, and I'll edit it later if I need to. Yeah, so these guys, if anybody knows what these guys are called, let me know. They have a distinct leaf. I feel like gardeners might know. And also these guys, I forget what those are called. But yeah. Alright, so we're gonna swoop over to here. So these are the succulent gardens I made. I made this one with my nieces. This one I made last year and kind of just threw some extra stuff in there, and it's taken off. I have a little kalanchoe. But yeah, it's taken off well. This guy's doing well. This guy I just recently made with like leftover succulents I had. I put on the sides, you can see they hold 6 plants. I put coleus. I was able to find a six pack of coleus, so I did that. This is my first time kind of growing coleus. They are really pretty. But yeah. This is my orange tree. It's growing. It's doing well. These are the succulents. I think I potted them up with you guys in an outdoor video. But look how pretty. Look at how pretty. And then these guys are more like direct sowed seed plants that I had them all spread out. And my plan was, oh, they're going to start blooming and then I'll stack them, but they're taking their time. And of course I didn't label anything. So if anybody knows what this plant is, or any of these plants, I mean, some of them just look like green leaves, but that's a distinct leaf. So again, also I think next year what I'm going to do with these guys are lupines. They grow really well there. I know those leaves. I think I'm going to put annuals in here. I think I'm going to grow them from seed inside and then put them in here, and I think it would look cute trailing out and stuff. This is my lime tree. It's growing back very well. I thought it was dead. It is not. And then here are also just some direct sow seeds I put in here. These are impatiens that I had extras from the wall I put up. Not the wall, but the I guess the flower trellis wall. That thing. What do you guys call that? But those are just extras, so I kind of threw it in here because these guys were dying off. But yeah, everything sprouted, but it was just that one pot, this guy that flowered, and they put out like little itty bitty, I can't even focus on it, itty bitty little purple flowers. That was it. But they're done for the season, I guess. And yeah, so this is really like all I got. I think next year I'm gonna, like I said, with everything that's in plastic, I'm gonna start seeds indoors in my grow tent, and then put them out here for the season. Everything in terracotta is gonna get succulents, and yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Mr. Flamingo. The kids really love this thing. They carry it around. It's ridiculous. But yeah, anyway, oh, I have more. Hold on. I forgot my little workbench. I put some flowers here. So I have some impatiens just hanging. I put a little hanging basket here. Put some impatiens growing nice and beautifully. And then over on this side, I'll give you a little update on my veggies too. Might as well. These guys they were petunias, but I'm pretty sure they're done for the season. And so I just threw some zinnias in with the petunias because the petunias are still green. They look kind of healthy. So I don't know if they're done blooming or not for the season, but we put some zinnias. So it would be cool if the petunias came back. They're a purple color. We'd have purple and yellow flowers. And then my little garden update. So we have tomatoes and peppers. I don't think it's really done anything really different. If anything, it looks like the tomato plants are getting chewed on. I see holes, but looks like stems are getting nibbled on, and that would be deer. So I'm probably gonna have to put up my fence again, which it's harder than it looks, guys. But anyway, that's really all I got to show you. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. Let me know what you think. If you can identify any of the leaves of the flowers that I started direct sow seed outside, let me know. That'd be really nice. And also, if you have any gardening tips for successional planting flowering throughout the growing season from early spring to fall. I'm in zone 7B, so yeah, I bet when I drive around, I see plants, I see other people who have very extensive and beautiful gardens, and they have the succession flowering. So every week it's a new flower coming up, and it's really pretty. And I'm trying to figure that out. So far I've got early spring and the beginning of summer. So we need mid-spring, late spring, and I need the rest of the summer and into the fall. So let me know what plants bloom. Alrighty guys, until next time, relax, plant, peace out.